ladies and gentlemen, this is Laz again with the previously promised run-through of the social module. Well, as you can see, I've still got the Track IR headset on because it's just way too much fun for this stuff. You can see we've got traffic floating along outside, and this is just one of the buildings, one of the windows you can see through. And of course, advertisements. That one was for the RSI Constellation, and now they're moving on to an Origin JumpWorks ship. Now we go through and wander out this little door here, which has, of course, your biometric scan, video, and vessel inspection, port authority. And this is where it really starts looking good. I mean, the lens flare isn't really overdone. It's not bad. And of course you see all the traffic up there. All these lighting effects. All the different advertisements, billboards and such. Of course this is going right back in to the starport. And, well, we don't want to do that. So I'm going to head this way. I haven't actually been in this direction yet, so I'm not sure what's over here. An empty doorway. Ooh, exciting. Of course, you can actually hear the ships. Since I've got a headset on right now, I can't really hear it all that well. A couple of guys over there trying to jump around on stuff. Those are actual people, though, so... and of course, if I lean forward and look down... Oh, man, that's just trippy. A little uncomfortable, but pretty crazy. And everything here just seems so alive. I mean, down to the atmospheric vents over here for... the atmospheric vents pumping whatever the hell gas they're pumping. And then over here we've got the back entrance to the gun shop, which you can't actually leave through. Another doorway over here, which looks like the same doorway that guy just ran past me from. So I'm not expecting to be able to... Nope. And over here we can look over, and you can see the walkway there where the other guys were. See down, quite a ways down. A lot of really nice lighting effects. I mean, this is something I would expect to be seeing in a cutscene, but most certainly not rendering on the lowest graphical settings. Definitely not. Not entirely sure what these are, if they're security gates or they're just showing you what section is what, but they don't have a whole lot of backbone interactable stuff here yet. Oh, except for this little ground car refueling station, which I didn't notice last night. And then, of course, here's the ever-present gun store, full of empty racks, sold-out signs. Guns don't kill people, people kill people stickers. I'm surprised I don't have a picture of Ted Nugent. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah. Look at that. Anti-personnel mines, grenades, loaded magazines, because that's really safe, and steak knives. Yep. Well, okay, so they're skinned to look a little bit more like combat knives, but those really look more like a set of cheap steak knives. Whoa! As you can see, if your Star Citizen does not like sharing with anything else on the processor side, so you can see my frame rate is just tanking, but wow. Actually, I'm going to run back here. Instead of showing every single location here off, I'm going to run current wait time, 16 minutes. Yikes. Actually, that's better than most of the hospitals around here, so I shouldn't... Is this the... No, that is not the incinerator, that's just a gate. I was reading through patch notes, and there's an incinerator you can mess with somewhere around here. Been meaning to find it. Of course, you can see all these little... I mean, it's very dystopian, but not quite in the complete shithole of the universe version, but it's most certainly not a utopia because, I mean, as we get further away from the main drag, you can see people are tagging stuff. It's not a bulkhead, or well, the walkway. It's covered in crap, junk and dust and dirt, ground in by all the people that are coming back here to do shady deals. But back here, and you can't quite get to it, but in fact you can't really see it from in here. I've got to bring you inside the Arc-Corp building. Back there, there's a Constellation, one of the 3 to 5 man ships, and there's some crew out there, and one of them's walking back and forth. It looks like he's doing cargo manifest, and you've got another couple of NPCs that look like they're standing around arguing about, you know, the usual, I'm not going to load this damn box in there, you load it. No, I'm not going to load it, you load it. That's your friggin' job. But yeah, I mean, wow. Of course, you can see, I mean, that's an actual person. I don't have the chat interface up and running, so I don't know what anybody's typing, and I haven't installed the their proprietary voice comms yet because, well, duh. I usually only use comms with CK, and otherwise I just keep to myself because I'm an antisocial little turd. And then, of course, out here, you've got the Constellation. You can see, if you look closely, there, behind the railing, you can see a couple of folks talking, and then you've got the 2 folks standing back there talking, and then you've got the one guy actually doing his job. Oh, wow, he actually carries boxes out. Huh. Yeah, that's actually not a bad-looking ship. I wouldn't mind flying one, but I don't have... Oh, and there's your little golf cart. Somewhere in there is a rover of some kind, at least unless this is the base model that doesn't come with the rover and just has a giant cargo bay. Oh, hey, I think I just saw cop lights. You can see a lot of the traffic out here. One of the dev journals says that a lot of that's randomized, but maybe I'm just paranoid, but it seems like I can see a pattern to it, but I mean, look at those buildings off in the distance. I mean, you can see all of the smokestacks and the huge distance from refineries, and you can see the skyscrapers, and just an incredible amount of detail has gone into this place. I mean, usually if you can find 2 or 3 places where they haven't actually even bothered to put anything, just the skybox. So, you know, you find one of those little corners that has the clipped... has the texture loading error and, like, not quite clipping together, so you've got that little crack in the wall. But here, there's something in every direction, which makes me wonder, when they say that they are setting up a system-wide, as a test later, that they're going to be setting up a system-wide exploration module, being able to take off from a starport. It makes me kind of wonder if we'll actually be able to take off from here and fly in a predetermined sky, in a predetermined location, and actually see all of that. I mean, we've got an advertisement right here, and of course here I am not even used to this, so I'm being a dumbass and gesturing at things. Got a couple of guys back here probably talking about things they shouldn't be. I mean, crates, pretty good looking crates too. I mean, even the bags of trash look suitably, well, trashy. And you can even see here the peeling of corrugated cardboard. You can see how that pizza box is coming apart from the elements. I like it. I'm satisfied. I'm very satisfied with. But of course I am, because I've been doing nothing but raving about how awesome and pretty it is since I bought it, and everybody's getting, oh, wow. Well, here's that incinerator I was talking about. It is... Well, I'm not going to say pretty, because it's burning garbage, which is probably doing nothing for my character's ability to breathe. Ah, who cares? I can get a bionic lung replacement soon. Look at... I mean, it's even got I'm surprised I'm getting an acceptable frame rate given the particle effect, how bad fog and smoke usually hits my GPU. I've got a bargain box. Yeah, here's the backside of the bar. So it's not like any of my stuff is really intended to be pushing everything at 100,000. Oh, actually, 60 frames per second is usually a bit beyond my system, but that's my eyes kind of bad. It could be a whole hell of a lot better. So anything past about 30 frames per second, and a lot of the anti-aliasing features and stuff are just completely lost on me. But even then, and I've shown these screenshots of this around, and it's just I'm not the only one that thinks they did a pretty damn good job of modeling the environment and making everything. I'm still finding stuff that I hadn't seen before. And I've run around here a couple of times. I mean, not for any extensive period of time, only about 10-15 minutes a pop, but still, it's usually longer than you expect somebody to... Oh, hey, and here we have the opening soon Kasaba outlet. Now, obviously, I'm rambling quite a bit because I covered a lot of what I was going to say yesterday, and well, it's just for somebody that remembers. I mean, I remember Chuck Yeager's Air Combat and thinking that looked pretty sweet at the time, and now there's this, and I mean, this is just a substantial. There's just a huge difference between. Huh. Last time I was here, these shutters, they were closed, and now they're not. So evidently parts of the spaceport, social module, what have you, change depending on time. And of course we've got the ever-present hive of scum and villainy, the bar where, of course, everybody comes to get loaded, do nefarious business deals. For some reason, though, we can't go to the bathroom. Shame that. So, to wrap this one up, I'll bring us out here to the bar, edge of the bar, and you can hear the music. You see the sky from the less pretty side of town. You've got the struts and everything. It's pretty good. Hopefully they'll add some basic interaction with the NPCs soon, because I could use, I'm pretty sure my character could use a beer or 3. Especially after all that ramming into everything in sight. Or, quite possibly, that's a chicken, egg, and thing, and that's why my character's ramming into everything in sight. So I've just shown off most of the big locations they've currently got in the Arc-Corp social area, one of the current big starport in progress modules. To wrap this up, I'm going to bring us into our local ship dealer, which of course looks like they probably belongs to somebody that wants to take all your... Hello. Looks like a place where somebody who wants to take all of your money works. Now, obviously, I'm running like a bat out of hell. You get a caterpillar on that one, and I don't remember what the hell that was called on the other one, but it's a luxury liner. And really expensive doors. And we walk through here, and we have that. If you haven't seen it, floating around somewhere, there's a Top Gear parody where they fly this, and it's pretty entertaining. Actually, all of their ship commercials are entertaining. You can see it's not exactly intended for combat. That's a touring racer craft. So. And of course, you can hear the obnoxious dealership music. A little weird how when I turn my head it rotates the camera, because I'm not actually tilting my head like that, so it's taking some getting used to. Of course, we have our bored car dealership NPC who's just staring in contempt at the guy who is currently here and wearing dusty flight suit in his pretty store, so I'd flip him off, but, well, there's no emote for that yet. Anyway, that is the social module. When you get tired of it, you just wander right back into the space, into the hangar, arrivals, departures, place over here. Ah, man, I'm just completely forgetting my ability to talk. I guess I ran out of words last night. When you get bored wandering around and looking at all the pretty things, you can go back to your hangar by coming back through, and it won't let you through, as far as I'm aware. I haven't been able to get through the door on the left that you come out of. You have to go through the other door, the exit. So of course you walk in here, you say, "Hi, how you doing?" Whatever. Piss off, G-Man. And you walk all the way back in here, and of course, the elevator to the hangar, which is a private instance, and I am not sure how to get it set up to run with a second person, so ooh. Anyway, that was the social module as it currently exists. There are a couple others currently being worked on, and as far as I'm aware here, sometime in the next month, month and a half, or as late as 2 months, but before Christmas, they're supposed to be releasing the module that lets you fly around the system from each of these locations and take off and land, which is kind of cool. So anyway, this was Laz, obviously, with Two Vulgar Nerds. This was yet another Star Citizen romp. This is my Aurora. There are many like it, but damn it, this one's not mine. Have a good evening.